Ren from Hallowed Be Thy Game, and today I'm going to share with you my most recent pickups. Let's check it out. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hallowed Be Thy Game. I am so sorry it has been such a massive drought in content these past couple months. For newcomers to the channel, I should explain to you that is definitely out of the ordinary, but I plan on posting a update video in the coming week or so to just kind of share what's been going on, what I've been doing. But my first video back, I wanted to just make sure to keep it fun and lighthearted and kind of share with you what I've picked up over the past 3 months or so. Had a lot going on. Life's been a little crazy, been great, but crazy, and there's been some ups and downs, but I'll cover that later. However, today I got kind of a wide slew of things to share with you, from like console pickups to also some retro games from like the Super Famicom, PS Vita, all the way to obviously the Switch. We keep it real here, but also I have some manga and figures I want to share too, just because, hey, that's where my heart and passion's been kind of heading right now, and I'm having a blast. I just kind of want to share some of my favorite pickups I've done here lately. Anyways, if you like the type of videos you're seeing, please let me know by liking, subscribing. It lets me know if you guys like these style of videos. And I'm not really sure how many people who watch my channel are into manga or anime, so if you are, let me know what your favorites are down in the comments. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, I want to give a big ol' shout out to GameQuest over on Twitter. He cut me a massive deal and just was very kind and generous to sell me his copy of the Super Famicom Megami Tensei. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I am looking to emulate this. Unfortunately, I don't have any means to play this physically, and honestly, it's just such a beautiful case. I love this series so much, but I am sadly neglecting the earliest entries where it came from, and I'm looking to change that. I have played a little bit of like Majin Tensei and a few other like pretty obscure old ones, even a little bit of Devil Children. Anyways, that's a story for another day, but I'm looking forward to playing this one. It's just absolutely gorgeous, crisp, retro Japanese art. I love it, and thank you so much, GameQuest. You are too kind to me. Now, probably one of the more painful pickups I've had over the past couple months. Now, I did pick this one up well before I kind of took a little bit of a break from YouTube. However, it's Lost Child for the PS Vita. Now, for anybody who was watching my channel, a couple months back, I covered games that were being delisted from the Nintendo Switch. Now, I kind of tried to go in a different direction because I knew a lot of people were going to be trying to pick this up physically once I heard the news, and I was able to snag The Lost Child for the PS Vita. Now, I have beaten and completed this digitally on the Switch. And I gotta say, ultimately a fun game. I do think it was a love letter of sorts to the SMT genre. I did enjoy my time with it. Absolutely gorgeous and pristine anime cutscenes. I like the characters. A little tropey, but I don't care. I love that kind of stuff. And ultimately, I thought it was great. I thought the combat system held a lot of potential, but it just kind of missed the mark in a couple ways for me. Ultimately, a fun time, not worth laying out a lot of pain for it. I'm sad this is delisted. However, you are still able to find physical copies out there, but yeah. Anyways, hopefully we haven't seen the last of this one and someone else will pick it up. I'll let everybody know if I hear anything, and maybe an updated comment, or I'll do a new video. Now, I would call this my holy grail pickup for the past like 6 months or so, and that is Xenosaga 1 and 2 for the Nintendo DS. I have emulated this game. It is so wild. It's just absolutely gorgeous, isometric interpretation of Xenosaga 1 and 2. I would love for this to be kind of officially ported and translated over to the States. Not meant to be, it seems. It's just so wild to see Xenosaga delivered in this manner. It's so crazy. Really cool to see. I want to be able to show some art, so I'll be sure to credit the YouTuber I can find gameplay footage of for this, but it's just so crazy. It's just beautiful looking. I'm so happy to finally have this in my collection. I passed up on it many years ago, and I've been kicking myself ever since, but I finally righted that wrong a couple months back, and I'm so happy to finally have this beauty in my collection. Now, for longtime viewers of the channel, you know I love the Metal Max series, and I have finally picked up Metal Saga for the PS2. I would liken the Metal Max and Metal Saga games akin to like Mad Max meets anime meets acid trip. It's just so crazy. You'll be fighting like giant sunflowers or giant dinosaurs with laser ships on them. It's just cuckoo bananas crazy. However, the character designs are always on point. They're always fun to play. I love the tank battle systems. It's turn-based fun. It's awesome. I'm not very far into this. I am currently making my way through this. I haven't really prioritized this one that much. I was having fun, but life's been a little crazy. Again, we'll talk about that later, but very excited to have more Metal Max in my life, and I have another pretty wild, extreme, I'm going to just say it's probably an extremely rare game that I'm going to be talking about here in a few minutes, but I love Metal Max. I can't get enough of it. Now, I don't know if Radical Reggie's going to watch this video, but I'm going to totally blame him for this one. But Kandagawa Jet Girls, I had to pick this one up. He did a pickups video a while back. I forgot to shout this one out. However, I'm going to blame Radical Reggie on this one, and you know what? Hey, if he's watching, I need to challenge him to a race. But yes, it's over-the-top fan service, insanity, fun. I cannot wait to play this more. I need a challenge. I don't mean to, you know, call anyone out, but you know what, Radical Reggie, I'm gunning for you. Anyways, it's just crazy fun. Look, judge me if you want to. I don't care. I picked this up. Just good, silly fun. And hey, you know what? I'm a red-blooded American, god dang it, and good times. I freaking love Super Robot Taisen, OG Saga, Endless Frontier, and you better gosh darn believe I picked up the collector's edition of 2 that was never released in the West. Oh my gosh. The box art is absurd. The DS collector's editions are just things of beauty. Works of art, night. It's just absolutely deserves to be in the loo. It's just crazy. Look, I was so ashamed I didn't know that this got a sequel, and I just think it's absurd. It never came out in the West. It's just as freaking awesome as the first game. Amazing, like, over-the-top fan service cutscenes, really fun combat, lovable characters. It's got everything that a DS JRPG classic needs. And yeah, I'm so beyond hyped to finally have it in a collection. I mean, I got a couple holy grails going on in this pickups video, and I'm so happy to be sharing it with you. Is there any other Super Robot Taisen fans in the comments? If so, have you played this? I know a lot of people in my previous videos have finally been telling me, you gotta play this. Thank you all so much. Yes, I've picked it up. I played it. I love it. It's so freaking cool. Now, I picked up a little shmup action in my life with Akai Katana. I don't know a lot about this. I've sadly not been able to get to it yet, but I'm ecstatic. My friend from Warp Zone sung the praises of this. I had to pick it up, and I know that, you know, this is one of the most beloved shooters. Be sure to report back what I think on this in the future. Now, a game that I fully believe is going to be extremely rare because, like, no one freaking knows about it, and it's a niche spin-off of a niche series, Metal Dogs. Look, you play as the Pooch from Metal Max Xena Reborn. This is an isometric kind of Diablo clone style of game where you play as a dog with a gun strapped to its back. You fight a bunch of bug monsters and the insanity that the Metal Max games can contain. I am so stoked to be diving into this. But yeah, like, this ran through Play Asia, and like, I think they printed like 5 copies of this, and like, I heard nobody talk about this. So I should probably do a dedicated video on this because I love weird and obscure games, and this has all the hallmarks of just being completely forgotten to time. And I want to make sure that, you know, we can do our part to spread the love and just say, hey, Metal Dogs existed and it was freaking cool and crazy looking. Now, I did pick up the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 collection through Play Asia. That was kind of a whole big freaking ordeal. I'm so happy Play Asia came in with the W save on that one. I had to wait a good little bit to get mine. I unfortunately wasn't a part of the first wave, and I might have been a part of like the second or third wave. I don't know. I'm really happy to have this because I have neglected to play Final Fantasy V, and I'm really wanting to replay 6 and see a little bit of the updated visuals that they have added and some of the quality of life features just to see how they kind of work. I know in a lot of ways you can essentially neuter the difficulty of the game, which I'm not looking to do, but I've heard that there are some ancillary features and stuff that just kind of breathe some life and some quality into the experience. So I'm excited to see, has anybody here played it? What are your thoughts on the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster collection? I'm pretty cool with it. I know it was pretty pricey. I'm not a big fan of that. However, I'm excited to finally have it and be able to now say, I have every physical copy of a Final Fantasy mainline game on the Nintendo Switch, which was a weird thing I wanted to be able to say. Now, through one of those buy two for a cheapo price through GameStop, I did pick up Dragon Quest Treasures. After my most recent video talking about games that have become extremely expensive physically on the Switch, I can't help but think that Dragon Quest Treasures one day might be ludicrously priced. But what's cool about this is it's an action RPG. It looks like it's so full of charm. I love the cast of 11, so I'm definitely cool to have more Eric in my life. Has anyone played this? I heard nothing but good things, so I'm excited to eventually get to it, but again, sadly, I haven't been able to yet. And Red Art Games has finally come through and got Sword of the Vagrant to me. It took a little bit to get to me. I was seeing everybody post their copies from Video Games Plus. I was like, okay. I was like, maybe the first person to pre-order mine through Red Art, and it hadn't come yet, but yes, it has finally arrived. It was packed wonderfully, very safely. I was happy about that. I love the art book. I think it's gorgeous. I got 2 keychains. I don't know if that was standard or a mistake. Anyways, I'm keeping them. But yeah, I just freaking love this game. I do consider it to be the best hidden gem on the Nintendo Switch. I recommend anyone who's interested in like Vanillaware, Muramasa the Demon Blade, or maybe even Odin Sphere, you got to be able to check it out. It's just such a wonderful experience. I've sung this game so much, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm sure longtime viewers of the channel have heard enough from me on this, but yeah, Sword of the Vagrant, it's banging. So happy to have it physically. Now, I was very happy to get Grim Guardians Collector's Edition. I know it's Gal Guardians, but I'm still kind of salty they had to change their name, even though I think Gal Guardians does fit a little bit better. There was a little bit of, I don't know, it had to be some weird copyright issue go on. I don't know what was going down, but anyways, this is an incredible, I love this game so much. It's like if you are a fan of Castlevania 3 or Metroidvania, even though I know there's a big debate on whether this is a Metroidvania or not, hey, look, I freaking love this game. It's so fun. The characters are so full of charm. It's zany, full of fan service. Look, adult Corona, calm down. Anyways, look, I love this game. I recommend it to anyone who's a fan of the genre and looking for just some good, lighthearted fun. I had a blast with this game. Such a pleasure to review it. Reviews on the channel, if you're interested, definitely check it out. But spoiler alert, I highly recommend it. Now, I did pick up the Zelda Nintendo Switch OLED. I told myself I wasn't going to do it, but oh my gosh, look, it's just so freaking pretty. Tears of the Kingdom, I loved it. Look, I did pick up the collector's edition as well. I love this game so much. I've heard some people say it was nothing more than just DLC for Breath of the Wild. To me, I don't think you really played Tears of the Kingdom or gave it a chance. It's so much more than just DLC for Breath of the Wild. It's so wild how they took a game that was so established, 10 out of 10s across the board, and managed to build and improve on it and create even more mystery and depth to the world of Hyrule. I love this game so much. I would call it arguably one of the best games on the Switch, let alone in gaming. I love Zelda, I love Breath of the Wild, and yeah, I definitely recommend Tears of the Kingdom. I love it, and I'm so happy to have these in my collection. Now, I don't pick up very many Amiibos. However, Pyra and Mythra absolutely make the list of things I had to have. I think these are extremely detailed. I love the poses that they're in. I'm so happy they were added to Smash, even though I'm not really into Smash. Look, spoiler alert. It's not that I hate it. I'm not really into fighting games. However, I'm happy they made it to Smash, and I'm so stoked that they have their own Amiibos. And it was a really good double pack. The only other double pack Amiibo I have is of Metroid Dread with Samus and the Emmy robot. But yeah, I think these are great and some of my favorite Amiibos. Now, I know a lot of people watch the channel just for Nintendo Switch or retro video game collecting, so I won't spend a lot of time here. But I wanted to cover some current manga that I'm in. Dan to Dan 4, like seriously, imagine if you were reading an occult book and dropped some acid. It is insanity, it's over the top, hilarious. I freaking love Dan to Dan, and I'm really hyped to keep going because it kind of ends on a cliffhanger in 4, so I'm ready for the 5th entry. And Zom 100. I am not into zombie stuff. The last thing zombie related I was crazy about was Train to Busan, which was just a perfect zombie movie to me. Zom 100 is great, kind of dark humor, but it's definitely a much more lighthearted take on the zombie genre, which, yeah, I highly recommend Zom 100. Not for children, though. and Gleipnir, also not for children, but I'm happy I just got this. I want to be catching up on the 13th volume. I really like Gleipnir. I need to watch the anime, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. And I also picked up some figures, okay? So got Mirko from My Hero Academia, and also Deku, and ending it off with Tanjiro. So what's really cool is that they're very good-looking figures, but they're very cheap, at least through Amazon. And yeah, I was very happy to have those. But anyways, without further ado, those were all of my recent pickups over the past 3 or 4 months. I hope you enjoyed this style video. I do want to apologize for the massive gap in content. I'll be sure to post an update video in the coming weeks so to kind of explain the situation. But thank you all for being patient with me. I've missed you all. I hope you are all having a wonderful week. I look forward to getting back on a schedule and, you know, keeping the content flowing. So again, thank you all for your patience. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time.